Well, hi, I'm back again, and I want to find out how your observer self is doing. Are you observing yourself? How is that coming? I hope that you have enjoyed your busy little mind, and my heart goes out to you because I know how hard this is to do, but I also know how important it is to your spiritual growth to do it. And you can see I have my little spiritual power book in my little hands. And I want to go back to talking to you about page 17, chapter 4, which talks about the third and fourth dimension and how to move into the fourth dimensional consciousness. So, get your little book out and turn to page 17, and you can follow along with me as I talk to you about, now that you have had a couple weeks with your observer self, you are ready to take on some more opportunities to move forward. So I'm going to put my little book down, and I'm going to talk to you now about the third and fourth dimension. Okay, the first thing, of course, was to learn to control the mind. Now we are going to talk about controlling the emotions. Woo, woo, woo. How do we learn to control our emotions? What is the first step in controlling your emotional status? Because you need to control your emotions in order to be emotional free. In other words, you use your emotions to express yourself, but your emotions don't use you. So there's a I guess the word I would say is you're going to transform your emotions into having them use you. You are going to be the user of your emotions rather than your emotions using you. So this is the hard part that I'm going to be talking about, because 90% of the time your emotions use you. You get all emotional about something and you make really interesting decisions, and when we make emotional decisions, they usually don't come out as well as if we've thought about our decisions and then made them from a stance of knowing that we're doing what we need to do because we've thought it through carefully. Our emotions are those kind of things that we end up getting all emotional about, and jealousy is an emotion, and hatred is an emotion, and love is an emotion, and judgment uses your emotions. Yes, emotions have a lot of strings attached to it. And if we start, since we are observing ourselves and our thoughts, we're going to start observing our emotions. Because it all goes together. If you will just follow me and go along with what I'm trying to work with you on, you're going to find out they're all going to tie together in a very nice package for you, because you will be in charge of these emotional outbursts that you might have. Your emotional feelings about something or someone. Where does it come from? Where do these emotions start? And how on earth do we use our emotions for ourselves and be in charge of them rather than they are in charge of us? So the emotional garbage is part of the process you are going to go through by, since your thoughts are also have emotions, you know they did, and there's emotions packed in those thoughts that you had. So while you are observing your thoughts, you are also observing the emotions of those thoughts and how they make you respond either in the positive or the negative form. In my book, I have the spiritual thermometer, which I don't have up right now, but if you check spiritual power tools, there is a spiritual thermometer, and it helps you to measure your emotional status. If you are on a high 10, you are in control of your emotions, and if you are below a 5, you are out of control of your emotions. And boy, don't make any decisions when you're down below. But I put together the spiritual thermometer so that we could be able, well, I could anyway, because I was struggling so with what to do with my emotions. That helped me very much to measure where I was in the thermometer. The spiritual thermometer could tell me, oh man, I'm below a 5 and I better not make a decision right now because I'm not thinking correctly. And I would sit down and I would meditate and I would look at my emotions, and then I would let them go and say, it's not worth fighting about. It's not worth it. So gaining emotional freedom is part of the process when we move into the 4th dimension. We use our emotions in the 4th dimension, and our emotions don't use us. And oh, that's such a burden taken off of us. It's just a heavy burden that we kind of carry around, and we don't even know how it blocks our energy. It blocks our consciousness. It blocks our ability to take the right action at the right time, because we are all emotional about certain things. We don't want to do certain things because I don't want to go to a scary movie because I get too scared, my emotions go crazy, or I don't want to see any movie where there's too much love, because it makes me sad, because I don't have somebody in my life to love me. You know, all that, I'm going to say stuff. And all it is stuff. It's just stuff. And so you really need to start to observe your emotions now that you have partially conquered your thoughts. Now we're going to take in both areas now, observing your thoughts and your emotions. And journal your emotions. That helped me a lot when I would journal my emotions, because I would get down to what was really bothering me. A lot of times, the thing that I thought was bothering me wasn't bothering me at all. It was where I thought that I was upset about something, but it was something deeper. As I investigated it, I saw that it had a bigger meaning to me than just the simple fact that I was having an emotional breakdown, so to speak. So when we are trying to work with these emotions, we really, really need to own them enough to write about them, because that's the only way we can start to chip away at it. Otherwise, it just really, really gets in our way of operating, our way of thinking, our way of moving, our way of doing things. So eventually, what I want to help you to do is be detached. Detached from the emotional field. Detached. And detachment is another whole big long subject, because detachment doesn't mean that you say, phew, I don't give a crap about this or that. I don't care. No, it's not about that type of thing. It's that you enjoy the moment you're in, but you're not attached to that moment. In other words, you're in that moment, and it's what it is in that moment. See, that doesn't mean that I have to start again and always be with that person because I love them, and when they leave me, I'm cry and cry and cry, and I'm so disappointed And the next person that I'm supposed to be visiting, I don't enjoy because I miss the person I just left. Because I had put them on a plane or I had to leave them. So once you get in charge of your emotions, you will enjoy that person you're with or the thing that you're doing. But you're not attached to it. So you don't have to do it every moment of the day, every day of your life. You can flow in it or flow out of it. So your homework this week is to look at your emotions and journal about them. And then we'll go from there. I love you, I support you, and we're going to move together forward.